Hey everybody, as most of you probably can figure out, I love reading books about ancient history. There are many new books out these days that cast new light on different eras of ancient history, and there are some great ones out there. But what I'm reading the last few days is a book about ancient history that was written in ancient history by this fella here, Herodotus, the Greek writer. And it is called The History of Herodotus, or sometimes it's just called The History. And it is a great read, and Herodotus seems to be an investigative reporter that traveled all over the eastern Mediterranean area from the Egypt region all the way up through Judea and Persia and all the way up to the Black Sea, and just documented how life was around 2,500 years ago. And one of the things I thought was most interesting is he has a couple paragraphs in book 4 where he actually talks about hemp, and I just don't remember seeing hemp written about in such an ancient writing. And it says this, and he's talking about the Scythians here, and the Scythians were a civilization that I believe came out of the Iran, what is now Iran, that area of the world, and their civilization ended up extending all the way from the Black Sea down to the border of Egypt, I believe about 2,600 years ago. It says this: first they well soap and wash their heads. Then in order to cleanse their bodies, they act as follows. They make a booth by fixing in the ground 3 sticks inclined towards one another, and stretching around them woolen felts, which they arrange so as to fit as close as possible. So it sounds like they're making a little tent. Inside the booth, he calls it, a dish is placed upon the ground into which they put a number of red-hot stones, and then add some hemp seed. It says, hemp grows in Scythia. It is very like flax, only that it is much coarser and a taller plant. Some grows wild about the country, some is produced by cultivation, so they were actually growing it in Scythia for beneficial purposes. The Thracians make garments of it, which closely resembles linen, so much so, indeed, that if a person has ever seen hemp, he is sure to think they are linen. And if he has, unless he is very experienced in such matters, he will not know of which material they are. The Scythians, as I said, take some of this hemp seed, and creeping under the felt coverings, throw it upon the red-hot stones. Immediately it smokes and gives out such a vapor as no Grecian vapor bath can exceed. The Scyths, delighted, shout for joy, and this vapor serves them of a water bath, for they never by any chance wash their bodies with water. So, Herodotus talks about making linens, clothes, and also bathing with the smoke of hemp seeds. I just thought that was very interesting, and it just seems to me that today's culture is really the only culture through history that has demonized cannabis, and I am glad research is being done these days that is truly bringing out the truth and the benefits of cannabis. And I have watched some good videos recently, one the other night about how it benefits Alzheimer's patients, and I will leave the link for that below, as well as some other videos. And I am glad we are kind of getting out of this silly reefer madness mindset that just casts a ridiculous light upon cannabis. And I am glad that all the research is being done, and people are kind of opening up their minds to this natural plant and the true benefits of it, and that it was ever classified right alongside as heroin and cocaine and methamphetamine as a class 1 drug is one of the stupidest rulings in the history of lawmaking ever in this country. So, there is some ancient history on hemp. Hope you thought this was interesting. Have a nice day.